Sanibonani guys, welcome back to yet another video, and we are speaking about the latest episode of Sibongile and the Dlaminis. So guys, the episode starts off with Upheteni. She is organizing a party for the Sibalkulu company because she believes ukuthi they need to start on a clean note. Or on a good note, now that she's well and she's okay. There's been rumors of Unjengaye and his baby mama Unomfundo. So now that things have settled down, things seem fine within her family, she is making a company party for people to just basically unwind. So she's preparing for that, guys. Upheteni looks like she's in a good place, guys. Akasapuzi, like the way she is, she's back to looking good. She's back to the old Peteni. But I'm just like, Peteni, don't get happy too much, because what people call ikama, it is still doing push-ups for you, ma'am. Like the revenge that people are planning on you, it is not yet time to celebrate, at least not yet. Then we see Uvelepi, guys. Uvelepi is sending a voice note to Sipo. Remember Sipo yesterday? Sipo sent her a voice note basically saying, we're Velepi, like, you said you're going to work at Balich, or next thing post my picture namadota and whatnot. So Felipe is responding to that voice note, and she's like, yes, Besipho, usithatha isibindi ukuthi ukhulume nami kanjani? Like, where do you take the audacity to speak to me like that? And then she goes on to say ukuthi, like, you better call me back, ungifonele back ke ungazonginyanyisa mina. Yeah, I was like, Velepi, girl, like, you're not even trying to sympathize in the way Usipo's trying to feel. And yeah, anyway, as she's busy saying, as she's done sending that voice note, Femiso comes in and is like, V, my beautiful dancer. Upete amaklasi, he's busy saying, Wuti, they must celebrate Wuti benze imali. So Velepi is just sitting there, she's looking annoyed, she's like, what are we celebrating? Because basically, you made me go and dance there at the rank, basically. So imali ngane angaga, like, what are we celebrating? Uqiniso-ke athi atla uthumela imali ku-Velepi's account 3K, athi nayi imali ingenile 3K. It might seem like it's a little money now, but izokhula. While we're talking about that, Velepi ngani yami une-interview ngik-organizele, a radio interview. When Velepi hears that, she gets so happy, you guys, and she's like, if that's the case, I'm going to be on radio. Indeed, let's celebrate. Kusho ukuthi kuyahlangana-ke manje. Velepi doesn't want those things zokudansa, lezi zinto zomakhazi zokudansa, I don't know. But I must say, if Uqiniso is doing that, I think it's a good way of building up Velepi's profile, because people want to know and see where are you coming from. The people who will really support you guys is those people that you find at the ranks and the buses, and that is Makati's people who are supporting her today. So anyway, then guys, we see Sibongile. She goes to see Jabu by that place where he paints or does his clay, his pottery and tonton. Actually, Jabu called her uti. She must come there and Zela Zolanda ma file, and those files she needs to drop it at the office. Now I'm just like, is Sibongile Jabu's PA? Because the way Jabu likes sending around Sibongile, but I guess Sibongile, she can't say no because it's her boss. But I'm just like, she's an intern there. And in my understanding, she's an intern in interior designing, not an intern ya PA yakhe. Anyway, guys, she goes there, and I think Jabu was using that as an excuse to see Sibongile. So as she gets there, Jabu starts apologizing. He's like, I'm sorry for the way like I spoke to you. Like, it was not fine. It was not okay the way I dealt with stuff. Like, there's a lot that's on my mind. She's like, she's just on that type of, I'm here to do my job. I'm not going to entertain like what you did type of thing, because she needs this job. Not only the job, remember guys, her bursary is being funded by Jabu's company. So she just shoves it aside, but you can see ebusweni that she's not okay. She's just doing as she's told to do. So she takes the files, you guys, and then she walks off, but you can see Jabu is disappointed because he wanted that opportunity to kind of speak to her and maybe make things okay, but it looks like Sibongile is not buying it. Then later on, guys, we see Sibongile. She's dropping off the files in officini. She's carrying the files in one hand and she's carrying coffee on the other hand. So while she's coming in emnyango, by the door, Jabu's office door, the files fall on the floor. So she puts down the coffee and she picks up the files. When she's picking up the files, guys, she finds a paper that's written confidential. Now, angazi, what's about that word confidential? Because now we as fundel with confidentially, it's not for your eyes. But anyway, because it says it's not for your eyes want to see it. So anyway, Sibongile, that's the thing that happened to her. She sees that note, she sees the letter. Basically, Jabu, remember when he was going through Uvusi's laptop, he found like a confidential letter. He printed it out. So that's the letter. So Sibongile, I found there. It's the same thing that was written something about no one is supposed to speak about Jabu's father's death, his cause of death, and signatures are there. Njengaye's signature is them. So Sibongile is like Njengaye's signature. Why would they want to keep like Jabu's father's death a secret? So she goes through the other papers. When she goes through the other papers, she sees something like a report of what killed Jabu's father, and then it shows something to do nama chemical. So I think Abon Jengaye, they had a chemical company or something like that, but the chemicals killed Jabu's father, and I believe that Abon Jengaye, they knew that the chemicals were harmful, but they were still making people work with those chemicals. Yo, Amanga Lega Sibongile, she's so surprised because now she has finally found out Jabu's secret. So she puts the papers back together, guys. She leaves it there, and that's that. Then we see another scene where Usamke, she's walking into her place, her restaurant, like Daisel Corner. It's called Mbala Place. So she walks in, mena volumnyango, guys, utolimpu, like pants, like meal on the floor. And she starts screaming, abize, not screaming, she starts shouting for ukhuzwayo. Uthi ukhuzwayo azobheka ukuthi ubhekeziwe yini kunomuntu or what, like what's going on. Ukhuzwayo runs, he comes. While Usamke emnyango, ukhuzwayo goes in, he goes to the back, he checks the safe enemali is there, inyama is there, everything is in place, guys. The only thing that is not in place is impuphu, you guys. Impuphu, that was bought by Uvuma. So yesterday Uvuma brought impuphu for Usamke because he said he noticed that she didn't have impuphu, something like that. So this person utatele impuphu opened it, basically poured it all over the floor, and that was basically it. So Kuzwayo is basically saying there's something odd about this robbery. Why would umuntu like just take him pupai telepanti? Like they left the money, they left the meat, they like this doesn't make sense. And Usamke agrees with there's something that's not adding up here. And my 2 cents comments, guys, I think the person who did that is Usangwen. Usangwen, guys, he doesn't feel Usamke. He doesn't like Usamke, and he did notice that Usamke is getting more close to Uvuma. So when Uvuma bought that leampupu and he brought it to Usamke, Sangweni saw that. So I think that's why Usangweni, like, that's the only thing that he kind of like harmed, or that's the only thing he wasted, because that's the thing that his father bought. So I think Usangweni is jealous of Usamke. Usamke is using his mother's place, and it looks like Usamke is taking his mother's place because Usamke no Vuma are getting close. Then anyway, we see Musamke a little later. She's cleaning up the place. As she's cleaning up the place, Uvuma comes in and then he tells her, Wuti, Ngzwile, like I heard about what happened. Usamke now says about Wuti, it's the community abamfunu Wuti. She's telling Uvuma, what if like the community but about Wuti, I'm just like Uteliwe, and that's why they're doing this and all of that. Uvuma comforts her and tells her ukuthi like you are not like uteliwe, and she's like Paul, why bengangifuni? Vuma comforts her and tells her like banike give them time, they will eventually see that you are a good person. Then we see another scene, guys, where Utemba comes home from school wearing his school uniform. Abomam V are cleaning, and they are so happy to see him. They're busy asking him, how was your first day at school, at a new school, and whatnot? And like, Mam Jabulele, and he's like, no, it was good, Bogumnandi, like, Palise ama testy, whatnot. So they're busy having a conversation. So ulokuza Utemba goes on to say, Uti like, intengayithandanga, like what I didn't like is when they were teasing Uwenzeni. As he's discussing that, Uwenzeni angene. And then I realized Uwenzeni and Utemba, they are wearing the same uniforms. They go to the same school. I don't know why Unjengai Benopeteni did that, because they know very well Uwenzeni doesn't like Utemba. So I feel like putting them in the same school is going to put more pressure on Uwenzeni academically, because Utemba is very good. He's a top student from his previous school. So I feel like it's just going to make them fight even more. So as Utemba is busy explaining that Uwenzeni, she comes in and Babu Zege Omamvi Uti when Uteni, like when you heard them teasing Uwenzeni, what did you say? Then Utemba goes on to say Uti Haing, but Chelin Uti they must stop doing that. I defended Uwenzeni and whatnot. So they're complimenting him, Uti I when Uputi, like your good brother and whatnot. Uwenzeni looks angry that time. Uwenzeni looks at Utemba and she's like, then allow Uti, don't you ever do that again. Yezwa. Ungaphile wenze lokho wenzile. Mom V looks at Wenzeni and she's like, Wenzeni kodwa. Wenzeni's like, angikhulumi nawe. Don't go around ungahambi uhlebeze la esikoleni ukuthi mina I'm your sister. Phuma kimi Themba. Yeah, I was just like, Wenzeni doesn't know, she doesn't want people to know that her and Themba are basically siblings. So, about Mam Vina, about Tulisile, they're like, hi, Otto, Wenzeni, whatnot. That time, Upeten Ashe somewhere, she is seeing that and she saw that that conversation happening. It's gonna be interesting how she chooses to deal with it. But we do see Uwenzeni and Uwenzo going to visit Sibongile esikolweni. And Sibongile is basically asking, she asked Uwenzeni about Utemba, and Uwenzeni is basically like, that is my half brother. I don't want anything to do with him. But Sibongile like encourages her, which was Zulu. There's no such thing as half brother. It's either it's your brother or you're not. Or not. I mean, even your cousins are called your brothers. No sisba Zulu. That's how it is. So Sibongile is encouraging Uwenzeni that, like, that's your brother. Give him a chance. Give yourself a chance to get to know him. Now, everyone else amongst the siblings has accepted Utemba, except Uwenzeni. We'll see how that works out, but Sibongile tried, you guys. And then we see a scene where Sipho is rushing into the house. Vuma is sitting in the kitchen, Nosangweni bahleli, and then Sipho rushes into the house. Eldini abantu that time. He rushes into the house and he's like, "Erejo, interview kavelephi." So he's telling them there's an interview on the radio kavelephi. He turns up the volume. When he turns up the volume, the interviewer on the radio station is like, "Okay, Miss V Vixen. Velephi guys, she calls herself V Vixen." So the interviewer is asking Miss V Vixen, like, do you have any final words? Unomuntu tandumbonga as we're rounding off this interview. And then Velephi says, yes, unomuntu wesilisa that has always been there for me. He has taken care of me. Meningibona ngisona. Nguvelephi enumthandayo, like it's because of this man. While Velephi saying all of those nice things, Uvuma there is smiling. Nosangweni is smiling, looking at Uvuma because they all know Uvuma is that man. So the interviewer then asks ukuthi lo muntu sampe unegama yini? Does this person have a name? Uvelephi goes on to answer Qiniso. Igama lakhe uQiniso, ubaba wami ongizalayo ke lo. Ngiyabonga baba for everything ongenzele yona, for always being present in my life. I'm like, present? Umuntu osanda ukufika like 2 minutes manje, like you saying he was present in your life. Ngiyabonga for everything you did for me. You always on my side. You always want the best for me. You're uvelephi, guys. Now the awkwardness, ukuthi uVuma is sitting there. They didn't know any of this, guys. The awkwardness in the room, Vuma looks so hurt, you guys. Usangweni as well, because why wouldn't uvelephi tell him, Usangweni, if it's both their biological fathers? Anyway, we see Qiniso celebrating no Velephi endlini yakhe. They're busy talking about Qiniso's like, yabona we've secured a second interview in such a short amount of time. Like siyakude mina nawe ngani yami. Velephi's like, yo angikholelwa ukuthi yimi lona. Like, I don't believe this is me. Qiniso goes on to say ukuthi manje, like, I am your manager manje, and like I'm going to take you places ngani yami. Like, let's take you yonke, like this whole Durban izokwazi, like it's going to know about you. Hayi-ke uVelephi goes on to say ukuthi yazi ngabe ngenzeni ukudeserva ubaba ofana njengawe. Then as they're talking like that, someone knocks on the door. Vuma, for not someone knocks on the door, but Qiniso goes and opens the door. When he opens the door, Vuma, guys, Vuma comes in and he pushes umkhaba Qiniso aside, and he's like, Sugel hey. Yeah. And then he looks at uVelephi and he's like, Velephi ngani yami, ngiyabazi abantu amanjena abasona what not, like uyingane yami wena bengicela ukuthi sihambe. Qiniso's like, hayi boy, ingane yami lena, like this is my daughter and what not. So ubaba uVuma goes on to say ukuthi sonke lesi sikhathi we took to uVelephi to school, we dressed her, we fed her when she was sick, we took her emakliniki. Manje when ufika manje and all of a sudden you wanna claim ukuthi you are her father. Where were you sonke lesi sikhathi? Hey, Vuma goes on about ukuthi Qiniso has never been around, and then he tells uVelephi ukuthi ngiyabazi abantu abasoma ngani yami, bengicela ukuthi upakishe izinto zakho sihambe lana. Velephi goes on to say ukuthi angiyindawo mina, I'm not going anywhere. Ufuna ukuthi ngiphindele like back to that place eTopo, like, and leave everything here. Angibuyeli lapho. Like both you and I know ukuthi wena you've got one daughter that you truly love, and that is uSibongile. So bengicela ungishiye phansi Vuma umphumele. She doesn't even say baba, Vuma, she called him by name. While she says that, uQiniso goes on to say ukuthi hayi-ke ayigubhu ingane seyikhulumile, bengicela usiphumele. Shame, uVuma was so disappointed, but there's nothing he could do, guys. He just left uVelephi laphayana. Uvelephi is really convinced that this man has good intentions towards him. Last scene, guys, we see Jabu. It looks like Jabu called uSibongile back to that place where he does his clay tonton, that art room of his. So uSibongile says, hey, ngiwadrophile amaphepha wakho, amafayile wakho, I hope uwabonile on the desk. And Jabu says, yes, ngiwabonile. Kodwa Sibongile, like what I noticed, ngiyazi ukuthi wena you a smart girl, ukuthi you know how to count. uSibongile says, khuleka izinto zami lezo, me and counting nama-number like yimi loyo. So he says, I noticed that I am a page, ukuthi they were not in order. The pages were not in order. Then uSibongile is like, mina angazi, because I did not see anyone come into the office, you know. Jabu's like, basically Jabu says, listen Sibongile, I am not dumb. I was not born yesterday. If no one came into the office, that means it was you. You went through my papers, Sibongile. You went through izinto zami. Yo, Sibongile, now she's starting to get scared, guys. She's like, hey, like it's getting late and whatnot. As she's heading for the door, Jabu goes and he shuts the door. You guys, Jabu looks angry at this point, and the scene or the episode just finishes there. I hope Jabu's not gonna do. I don't think he's gonna do anything foolish so because he loves Usibongile, but I do think he's either gonna ask her to work with him or either he's gonna threaten her. Yo, Sibongile, why? Sibongile hlezi. Sibongile is always in these awkward situations. That's why ngathi mina akahlukane namafana, because she's always in awkward positions. Anyway, guys, let's park it right here. Tell me what you think of this latest episode. Please do make sure you like the video. Please do subscribe. It is absolutely for free of charge, and I'll see you guys in the next one.